Hey everyone, it's me Doomlink, and I'd like to welcome you all to the first installment of a series that I've been trying to start for over a year. What do you mean, Doomlink? Well, I'm going to tell you about it. Not at great length, because I don't want to bore you half to death, but there's something about this game, Dark Souls, the original one, that when I try to record it, it just doesn't go well. Like, something doesn't quite flow, it either doesn't look right or something's not quite right. It's very odd. I've never, even to this day, I'm not really happy with anything on my channel that's related to this game. And I've tried to start the live stream series many times, and I was trying to do it in the original PC version with frames unlocked to 60 and all that, but my PC setup isn't so good for recording, so I've decided to record on a console. My initial intention was, in fact, to record this on the Xbox 360 for the reason that, while it's still the original game, at least I can play at 1080p progressive, as opposed to... I suppose this is 720p, isn't it? But, you know, at 720p, it's not HDMI, it's, you know, component signal, because it's on the PS3. And so, obviously, visually speaking, it would technically be better on the Xbox 360. Unfortunately, I hadn't switched on my Xbox 360 in like 3 years at least. I hadn't even switched it on. As far as having played it regularly, probably not for 6 or 7 years. It's probably been 6 or 7 years since the last time I was playing it regularly. And it turns out that the one controller for it that I had just doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, and I couldn't find my wired controller. I don't know where it's gone. It was not in the place that it should have been. So there you go. People are complaining about Elden Ring's graphics. That's actually horrendous. I'm not sure what there is to complain about. But more than anything else, complaining about the graphics is stupid because we haven't actually seen proper in-game footage yet. We've seen a few cinematic representations of gameplay, but nothing really concretely what the gamer is going to experience. So, yeah, it's a little bit too soon to be complaining, I think. Xbox game for life, not really, but this is not being recorded on the Xbox, I regret to say, Potato. This is being recorded on the PlayStation 3 for the reason that I just couldn't get it to work, given that I don't have a controller to play on my 360. Fortunately, my 360 starts up just fine, seems to run fine. I mean, I don't know if it runs fine, to be honest, because I couldn't use a controller to even log into my profile. But anyway, we're on the PlayStation 3. The only real difference with the console versions, Beans, is that they are technically better optimized than the original PC version. The original PC version could barely function. I mean, it could function, but it was bad. It needed an add-on called DS Fix, and you could generally get better performance out of it, but more than anything else, you could unlock the frames. Like, it was capped at 30 on PC. I mean, it was just an absolute bomb of a PC release, and I do happen to have it, but I wanted to really do this Let's Play with DS Fix and all that. Brightness we are going to boost to... what the hell am I doing? We want to boost that to 10. That should be good. I've kept the recording at a neutral brightness setting, and I'm going to have the brightness at 10 in-game, so that should be perfectly fine, I'm thinking. Okay, so... God, this is actually quite nice to see. It feels very strange playing on the PS3. I played on the PS3 more than anything, and... I mean, in terms of the volume of everything, it's probably fine. It's not a big deal at all. What am I going to call the character? I had a name before, I've forgotten the name. This is the third time that I'm starting this character, by the way, which is another stupid aspect to trying to start this live stream series 3 times now. This is the 3rd time. And I just can't remember the name of the character. I mean, I could very, very quickly check. I'm sure I'd be able to find out very quickly what the name of the character was, because I do actually have the playlist up with the second to last attempt at this build, so let's find out what the name was that I chose. Yeah, go make the character. Stop looking at the characters that you do have, Doomlink. Ileana was the name that I chose. Okay. I'm happy with that. Probably wouldn't have come up with that off the top of my head. Ileana. No, that's not how we do that. Back, please. Part of the issue here is that I'm not at all used to using the on-screen keyboard for the PlayStation 3 anymore. I'm very out of practice with it. So I press start usually to finalize the selection of the letter. There we go. Ileana, you can see that there is a Roman I there to properly distinguish it from a lowercase l. I absolutely hate the fact that people don't distinguish properly between an uppercase I and a lowercase l. I always have written my I's like that, because if you just do a single stroke, I mean, whose fucking idea was it to just have a single stroke for the uppercase I? I mean, it is the dumbest fucking shit you can imagine. It's like, whose idea? Anyway, I don't know whose idea it was, but it was a stupid idea, that's all I can tell you. The video should not be labelled for Monster Hunter. If the video is still labelled for Monster Hunter, you need to refresh your stream, because it is definitely not still labelled for Monster Hunter. I would be very concerned if it still was. Yeah, it's definitely not. If you refresh your stream, it will... You obviously didn't refresh or something, I don't know, but it's definitely not labelled for Monster Hunter, I can tell you that. Okay, so we're going to use a Thief class here. Our gift is going to probably be the Master Key, yeah, it's usually what I go with. I don't know, I guess we'll go slim. Very slim, you end up looking like a stick. And I don't think I want to be a stick today. I think I'll pass on the stick look. In terms of the face... Oh, by the way, it's worth mentioning that this livestream series is not going to be just in the PS3 version. I'll likely do the next build in the Xbox 360 version, and then, with any luck, maybe I'll have a decent PC setup by the third build. But for the most part, it's going to encompass the original version, not the remastered version. But I will move on to the remastered version in the future, at some point, there is no doubt about that. But just for now, we're playing the original version. This is the real experience. This is the original, authentic Dark Souls experience, or something. I'm going to do a randomized face here. We're going to look for a face that doesn't look too horrendous. Again, probably better choices here as compared to Demon Souls, but still. Of course, for those who are unaware, I do have a Demon Souls livestream series, and it was intended initially for this livestream series here to begin exactly 1 day, or 1 year to the day, there you go, to speak English correctly, of me having started the Demon Souls livestream series, which was started sometime in January of 2019. Which was incidentally my first livestream series on the channel. Honestly, that face before was not too bad, but I went past a decent face. Some of these faces are really quite shocking. But nothing compared to Demon Souls. No, I don't think so. Looks like a man. That's the typical complaint you get for Dark Souls character creation. It's the fact that it's very difficult to make a feminine-looking character. Those eyes were just disturbing. Maybe it would be... I'm trying to focus on the face, but maybe having them bald makes it harder. It's close to being okay, but I want a bit of a thinner face than that. Honestly, I shouldn't be too focused on the face. I'm not going to allow myself to be in this character creation screen for too long, but... yeah. At the very least, there's one benefit to this, recording on the PS3 version, and that is that I can play on a PS3 controller. I don't have to worry about that very uncomfortable Xbox 360 controller. The controller is not necessarily uncomfortable on its own. I don't really like it as a controller and wouldn't opt to use it on PC, for instance. But it's especially uncomfortable with a Souls game for me, because I'm just used to this button layout. This button layout is Souls to me, because I obviously started Souls, well, not obviously, maybe some don't know, but I started the Souls series with Demon Souls when it was new, so obviously I was playing on the PlayStation 3 controller at that time, and it's just always what I've stuck with. So when I play on PC, I use a PS4 controller. There's something about RB and LB that just feels so wrong with a Souls game. The way they click, the way they feel on the fingers. I need flat buttons that don't fucking click when you, like, you know. See how these are all nice and flat? Not that you can really see, but the point is that the Xbox controller is just fucking wrong. We'll go with this face, how about that? Maturity, we'll go a little young. Hormones, we want slightly, it's weird, hormones changes skin tone. But, okay, that's actually a man. That's a straight up man, so we want a woman, thank you. Maybe something like that. If I went all the way over here, apparently, the more feminine you are, the more pale you become. And I don't mean pale in the sense that you know, have fair skin. I mean pale in the sense that you start to look like a corpse. So how about we not look like a corpse? That might be quite nice. Weak or strong features? I don't fucking know. Whoa, okay. Strong apparently means that you become inbred, which is unfortunate. I don't think we want super weak features. Maybe that will do. I don't know. Hairstyle, I don't know what I chose before, but we'll work it out. Hey Connor, it took me longer to get started with the live stream than expected because things went awry and I'm on PS3 instead of Xbox. So that's what's happened here. I absolutely hate the hairline there. Like, what's that? What is that fucking hairline? It's disgusting. It makes me sick. And this too. I mean, look at that. Ugh. Like, come on. And then that part in the middle. I mean, hello. This is kind of fine, but maybe not appropriate for this build. Alright, let's go with Wave. Wave is fine. Color. Dark blue. That looks like grey to me. That's a pretty murky looking blue. It's gold. Yeah, not blonde, but gold. Light brown. Let's just go light brown. I think, you know, this character, I've already spent enough time on this character. So, are we happy with everything here? I think so. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be quite comfortable with this controller, so I'm ready to experience Dark Souls in the way that I would have many years ago, which is nice, in a way. It's not going to be nice in the sense that the game is not going to run amazingly, because it is the original PS3 version, and let me tell you, while the game was not very well optimized on PC, it really doesn't run all that well here either. In terms of game volume, I can probably boost it a bit. I mean, you guys have probably seen this cutscene before. But I thought I may as well show it, seeing as though this is the first recording of this series. And I do need to stress that, again, it's not just going to be on PS3 where I will be recording this. And it will be a very long-running series. The initial recordings, fortunately for this series, will be a little bit smoother than the first recordings of the Demon's Souls series, if only for the reason that my stream setup is more polished now than it was before. I mean, those were my first live streams, so the syncing wasn't perfect, my webcam view wasn't perfect, I was streaming at a lower video bitrate, the whole thing, so also audio setup wasn't quite as good. Everything has improved in the last 2 years, and consequently, these initial recordings for this series will be better if we were to compare directly to Demon's Souls. Hey Exio. You haven't seen anything of this game, and you've avoided it like the plague. Any particular reason, Vernon? Were you trying not to spoil yourself, or is it because you really had a negative experience with Demon's Souls? I'm really happy to present this to you then, that's exciting. Obviously the furtive pygmy has absolutely no relationship, or no similarity whatsoever to Smeagol, and that sword is absolutely nothing like, what's it called again? Can't remember the name of it. But, you know, the sword. You actually know what sword I'm talking about. So the point is, it's a little bit like Lord of the Rings, a little bit. Hey, Jenny. Rage breaking the disc turned me off from the whole series, I see. Now that shot of Nito has not really aged well. Like, the way the hands go up, it's like, oh, okay. Seath looks so gross and slimy and ugh, in that scene. But the game will still look fine. Just not quite as good as it could look on the Xbox 360. Sounds good, Jenny. Hope you enjoy yourself. And hello, Juvenator. In fact, Juvenator got the Dark Souls Remastered game recently. I think he did. Or he was going to get it. One of the two. God, the resolution on those hands was amazing. The way, like, the model was very well done. Don't forget that this game came out in 2011. Something about those hands was really impressive. Not quite as good there, but that shot with those hands being clasped, that was impressive, graphically speaking. You know, graphics in games really did reach a point about 10 years ago where you can only make little improvements. I mean, obviously Demon's Souls, the remake, looks better than the original Demon's Souls, but the point is that in terms of 3D models, it was about 10 years ago when it sort of reached a peak, where you could no longer have huge improvements like you saw over, let's say, a 10-year period of 2001 to 2011. So, there you go. We begin in the Northern Undead Asylum, which is effectively our tutorial area. It's not quite the same as Demon's Souls in the sense that in Demon's Souls you go through Journey to the Nexus once, and then after that point you are given the option with each new build as to whether or not you do Journey to the Nexus. In this case, this is just part of the game. You will start in the Northern Undead Asylum, and you'll be tasked with making your way to the first bonfire. Well, the first proper bonfire. There are bonfires here. God, you know, this looks great. I have to say, like, on my television and on this system, looks great. I'm loving the look of it. I don't know if it looks good for you guys. I really don't know. Is it too dark for you? Looks a bit dark, doesn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the brightness just a touch. Just a touch. Not by much. Oops, that's the wrong thing. One thing to note is that the game always ends up looking darker for you than it does for me. There you go. I mean, I could go up to 10. 10 might be a bit too much. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put it at about 7. That's looking alright. Doesn't affect the colours too negatively. There you go. And thanks for the feedback as well. Always helps. Alrighty. You know, some people would just record the whole fucking thing too dark because they're too focused on other things. Me, I'm a bit paranoid, so I always want things to look good. But yeah, that is the first bonfire. Not a very important bonfire necessarily, but it gives you an introduction to the bonfire system. This is the first time I've played Dark Souls on this profile, and it is that way by design, because it's nicer to have you see the achievements as I do things. But you can be soul level 100 in less than 30 minutes in the remastered. I did hear that there was a game-breaking glitch in the remastered version that wasn't in the original. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Don't know whose fucking idea that was. I wonder if there's there must still be an online, because I'm actually logged into PSN right now, so there might still be people playing online. It would be very odd. I mean, the chances of people playing online right now are pretty low, but there might still be people around, you never know. Very strange people who still haven't moved on from the PS3 version of Dark Souls. So, you arrive here, and if you pay attention to your surroundings, you will actually see that there is a door that opens up here. You can just go straight through, and you won't have to engage in this confrontation. You can see that there are similarities here between this boss and the Vanguard from Demon's Souls. You are not forced to fight this boss or that enemy with a broken straight sword. That is not something you are forced to do. And I guess it was very funny because when people played this game for the first time, when this was the newest Souls game, it was definitely the first Souls game to really be introduced to a larger audience. Because Demon's Souls was PS3 exclusive, it was a niche within a niche, practically. You know, it was people who happened to own the PlayStation, probably because they preferred playing Japanese games that usually didn't appear on the 360, and, you know, it was for people who... Demon's Souls, that is to say, was for people who really wanted to experience an intense RPG, like a really ball-breakingly difficult RPG for the time. So it was definitely a limited community of people, and I look back on those times very fondly. But in the case of Dark Souls, it was opened up to more people because it was on the Xbox 360. You know, we're talking about an era where I would say the vast majority of console gamers in the US were playing on the 360, and definitely by the time it went onto PC, I suppose the branches were well spread at that point, and everyone was climbing onto the tree, if we want to continue with that weird analogy. But, yeah, when all these people were getting into Dark Souls, these people who hadn't experienced Demon's Souls, they would come in with the knowledge that this was going to be a crushingly difficult game, and they'd go and turn up to the Asylum Demon fight with a broken straightsword and think they were expected to kill that enemy with the broken straightsword because they had heard that the game was so difficult. But in actual fact, that's a little bit too much to ask for. Like, for a new player to kill that particular boss with a broken straightsword. But a new player wouldn't know because they had probably... You know, this game's reputation preceded it, most certainly, in the sense that everyone was going on about how hard it was, so people didn't end up looking around to see if there was another option. They had a confrontation in front of them, so they thought they had to go and clear it. But in actual fact, that was not a requirement.
Oh, you're no hollow.
Oh, really?
I'm done for, I'm afraid.
50-50 in the US for people playing on Xbox and PlayStation. That's interesting. I wouldn't think it would be 50-50, but apparently that's how it was. The impression I always had was that it was quite different. Well, the impression that I had was that there was a huge difference between people playing on the PS3 and playing on the Xbox in the US in favor of the Xbox, but
regrettably, I have
it's good to know.
in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an
The PS3 Dark Souls community is still large, especially in Brazil. That's shocking.
In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringest
Yeah, the enemy models for the undead are pretty awful.
well, now you know.
And you also look the same, by the way.
Oh,
He's going to give me an Estus flask. Some people kill this guy, you know. Like, he's a nice guy. He's coming to the end of his life in a very sad world. And some people go in there and fucking kill him. I sadly have forgotten his name. And I can't believe I've forgotten his name. But people walk in there and fucking kill him. Now, it's not a problem to do that in terms of the gameplay experience. You still get what he would otherwise give you. But come on. That's not very nice at all. Kill him, says Vernon. No. I'm not sick in the head. But, if you want to see a creepy model, well, it's a bit dark here. Get some better light for you. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah. Anyway, point is that you also look really gross right now. You're not going to be gross forever, however. Forever, however. Wow. What a choice of words. Hello? So the target shield here is the starting shield for the thief. It has a larger parry window than your average shield. And it's got a slight... Is it the exact same parry window as the buckler? I think it is. But I believe there are only 2 parry windows, maybe 3 parry windows in the game. Is the parrying dagger better than the buckler? I can't remember. There are either 2 or 3 parrying windows. I fucked that one up. Just need to get back into the parrying thing. Keeping away from that archer, come on. See, I have to take that arrow because you're taking too long to swing at me. You can see that alternatively you can just attack with the weapon normally, But the idea with the dagger is that it has a very good critical rating. So if you look at, see where it says attack, then you have physical, magic, fire, lightning, and critical. That value of 147 is higher than normal. Weapons will typically be at 100. Thrusting weapons will typically be at 120. And then for daggers, you'll be sitting at the 140 range. So the daggers are generally best for critical damage, but here's the catch. Daggers will have less damage overall as compared to, say, a rapier. So at what point does critical damage mean more than your end attack value with the weapon? I'll probably be going with a rapier in this build. So in this case you want to do a drop down attack. That's additional damage for anyone who figures out that that exists as an option. In this case, with this boss, I'm not going to be able to, how do I say, deal critical damage to it. You can see that game performance is not amazing right now, at all, because this is just the game on PS3. It's how it is. When I said that it's not well optimized, this is what I'm talking about. When you acquire the Big Pilgrim's key, you'll be able to go through this door. You cannot go through this door without that key, so therefore this is not a door that you can pass through until that monster is dead, or that enemy is dead. You are making your way now out of the Undead Asylum. This is your way out. This will actually be the entranceway when, in the future, you return to the Undead Asylum. This is a place that you can return to. There is actually a boss underneath this floor that can be seen now. If I were to go back all the way over there, I don't really want to go all the way back just to show you. But you can actually see that boss walking around inside a separate room. And he will give you what I believe to be the only guaranteed Titanite slab in the game. Unfortunately, Titanite slabs are very hard to get in this game. In other words, the upgrade material that is needed to fully upgrade basic weapons. When I say basic weapons, I mean uninfused. You know, it's not fire or lightning or anything like that. Just staying with the standard path all the way up to plus 15, you require a Titanite slab. And you possibly need one for... I think you need them for lightning weapons too, don't you? Jeez. If I say anything slightly wrong, I'm going based on memory, which isn't always perfect, but yeah, so in the future you will come from here and enter that way. Now how do you start there? I mean, what happens? How is this an exit point, Doomlink? Well, you'll find out, if you don't know. Oh god, it's Hillary Clinton, yeah, referring to the character model. It did look a little bit like Hillary, actually. She looks exactly... well, no, actually. She looks exactly like that. And that's the ring wraith sound effect from the Lord of the Rings movies, if you needed more comparisons to be drawn.
To the land of the ancient lords.
Yeah, there is a lot in Dark Souls that was carried over from Demon Souls, but it is worth mentioning that while this game draws a lot from Demon Souls, it succeeds in the sense that it has its own identity. It's incredible to me that a game of this quality, releasing after Demon Souls, actually took so little from Demon Souls. It really is its own game. And it's incredible that it is this good. They basically went from an Archstone system, where you would warp to different locations, and created an incredibly well done, interconnected world. Now this is quite colourful here, but in the remaster, it's a little bit too colourful. I mean, this is just perfect, not too colourful, and not too muted. But in the remaster they made it a little bit too colourful. I don't like the colouring in the remaster. This is basically the equivalent to the sad Blue Phantom in the Nexus location in Demon Souls. Sort of sitting there without much direction and feeling sorry for himself. And if Vernon were the one playing here instead of me, that guy would already be dead. But I'm not going to kill him. And here is the first strange change that they made from Demon Souls to Dark Souls, the choice to have items be represented by a blue flame. Obviously, to new players who understand that the game's called Dark Souls, they would look at this and think this is a soul. It's not a soul, it's just an indicator to show that it's a pickup. And I think that was a weird decision and not all that good, because that glowing yellow orb, that golden orb to indicate item pickups in Demon Souls, to me, that made a whole lot more sense. That wasn't confusing. Whereas this, again, your average person would look at that and assume it's a soul, and that you're collecting souls in a game called Dark Souls, but no. Anyway. Oh, my guy would be spared for a while, because you didn't kill that blue phantom until you were upset and needed to get some aggression out. Is Dark Souls better than Demon Souls? Not necessarily. That is like the... And when I say Dark Souls, I'm referring specifically to this game that I'm playing right now when I say Dark Souls. The difference between Dark Souls and Demon Souls... Well, what I should say is that it's very difficult to compare them, because they are very different things. They are their own game. Because while they do have obvious similarities, they both have their own identities, and honestly it's unfair to compare them. I personally prefer Demon Souls because it was the first one that I played, it was the first one that I conquered, and there are certain things in Demon Souls that I enjoy that weren't carried over in this game. But in the case of how I feel about the quality of the games, I would say they're near equal. I would say that there's almost no room for one game to be objectively better than the other, because they are both just expertly crafted. They are masterful games, absolutely masterful. And any person who would say that they're not masterful is utterly spoiled by the times. Because when these games came out, there was nothing like them. Absolutely nothing like them. And they were just amazing. And I'm sort of getting a taste for that again by returning to the very same game. I mean, same disc, same system that I had my first experience in Dark Souls with, and same dog shit game performance. Yeah. Not everything was good in the past. Did the sequels for Dark Souls deliver? Not initially. Dark Souls 2 is basically the perfect example of a Souls game that missed the point. They completely missed the point of what made the Souls formula and the Souls series special. It was all about trying to make everything harder, and the way combat worked was so sluggish. It's as if every little change that was made in Dark Souls 2, or every little thing that was different about Dark Souls 2 compared to Demon Souls and Dark Souls, was done with the intention of making your experience harder. And it just, and for some people they didn't even find it harder, but depending on the way that you look at it, it can be harder or not harder, but at the end of the day, it's definitely more uncomfortable. It is an uncomfortable Souls game to play. And I don't really want to talk about my personal feelings about it, because I've talked about it so much in my Demon Souls livestream series. But I was very, very disenfranchised and overall disappointed in the series for a long time because of Dark Souls 2. I'm going to point my camera as far away from the water as I can, because you can see performance in here is shithouse. And you know, maybe performance is worse now than it was in the past, because you know, it's going to be a bit dangerous to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I'm feeling, I don't know, adventurous. Hello. You're following me kind of far. Now ideally you'd come through here with something better than a frickin' bandit's dagger or whatever. How should I approach this? What I'm doing is I'm trying to get a Firekeeper Soul. Usually I'd use a better weapon for this. Do I have anything better? Morning Star is not going to work because that has a strength requirement that I do not meet. Hello again. Hello again. To quote Stockpile Thomas from Demon Souls. I'm going to be here all day. Let's not bother right now. Let's not bother right now. And also the performance in this place is making me sick. So I'm out of here. And if you think this is bad, just wait till you get to Blighttown. Ooh, Blighttown. At least now you know what it was like. When people talk about how the performance on consoles was bad for this game, at least you can fucking witness it for yourself. May as well pick this up as well. Also, if you do have the Master Key as your starting gift, which you should, you'll be able to go to the top of this and acquire a good starting shield. It is the Dragon Crest shield. The only shield that really matches up to it in the early game for starting builds would have to be the Spider Shield. And that's for the Bandit starting class, if I remember correctly. And, yeah. Probably not necessary to get the Dragon Quest shield if you're starting with the Spider Shield, but if you are doing almost any other starting character, it's probably worthwhile to get the Dragon Quest shield at the beginning. There are ways to get it without being killed by the zombie dragon, but sometimes it's just easier to die. Maybe not easier to die. How I should phrase it is that if you do die, it's not the end of the world. You should be able to get your souls back without too much issue. I do currently have 2,332 souls, and I think I can get more with this Soul of a Nameless Soldier that I'm consuming. Do keeping in mind that I'm playing the original version, so multiple souls cannot be consumed at one time. So that was something that was introduced in Dark Souls 2. Crazy as that might sound. My mic is randomly changing volume every now and then. That doesn't sound quite right. There's nothing that would cause that. I mean, definitely I was having a volume issue in the past, where, like in my last Demon Souls recording, where for some reason it had a 10 dB pad on it, but no, everything seems under control at the moment. I don't know what you're experiencing. Hey, Autonomic, good to see you. But anyway, I think we're good to start leveling up. Oh, that's why I was going into there. That's why I was going into there. I thought I was doing that out of habit to get the Firekeeper soul, but I was actually doing it to get the Parrying Dagger. See, my subconscious mind and my conscious mind do very different things. I'm always doing things totally subconsciously, and then my conscious mind is like, hold on, why am I doing this? But then there's method to it. My subconscious mind knows what the fuck's going on. Whereas my conscious mind is like, oh, what am I doing? The Parrying Dagger can be picked up at the very beginning of the game in New Londo Ruins, and I'd like to use the Parrying Dagger in conjunction with Ninja Flip. I think this is going to be a Parrying Dagger Thief Build, as the title of this stream would suggest. And, yeah, the Parrying Dagger is fairly easy to get. Alright. Google is your friend, Vernon. As far as my starting stats, strength is very useful to get to at least to 11 or 12, but I'm not too sure what I'm going to be using yet. Maybe I'll get you to 10, and then put the rest in vitality. That's probably safe. I would say so. We're only getting a few level ups just at the start here, so... Let's go back to New Londo Ruins, and I will have a Homeward Bone at the ready. For the reason that I am going to need to use a Homeward Bone to get back safely. Of course, a little bit of trivia for those who didn't experience the game when it came out. Ninja Flip, well, just to tell you what Ninja Flip is, that is basically the Darkwood Green Ring. It replaces your light roll for a ridiculous ninja flip. Ridiculous in the sense that your roll will cover a great distance, and sometimes it can even be dangerous. Like, you end up rolling so far that you just roll off the edge of things, and other such issues like that can arise. But overall, it's a pretty good thing to have with a light build. And the way it was initially, the I can't quite remember. All I can say is that the requirements for it were not as extreme initially for your ninja flip. So you used to have people with fairly heavy builds ninja flipping around online, and it was ridiculous. I think what it was that it did literally replace your light roll, whereas it was updated to no longer replace your light roll, and instead, I think, require a higher, or rather lower equip load than your light roll even. I think that was the change that was made. I just can't remember exactly. I mean, I realize that I have things to say, and then I also realize that my memory of these things is not so clear, but your headphones are just dying. Well, there you go, N10. It's okay to say that, N10, and I'll tell you why. Like, if there's anything that is wrong with the stream for you, let me know, because there's no guarantee that it's your problem. So many times I've actually had issues with a stream, and I don't find out about it until the end, because the people who were having the issue assumed that it was on their end, and therefore never told me. I always encourage people to let me know what's going wrong with their stream, so that I can see what's going on myself. And it's not a distraction or anything like that. I think it's a positive thing, because I care about the end result. So that's the Parrying Dagger. We're going to replace our target shield with that. So fast rolls and parries, basically, is what we're doing here. Did I play the Ninja Gaiden games? No, I didn't. But yeah, ninja flipping, Havel and Paladin sets. I mean, Paladin was a good one in the sense that it was fairly heavy, good defense, good poise, but not as heavy as Havel's. So you would often see the Paladin set, and it was fucking awful. There were a lot of things that were imbalanced at the start. You had Iron Flesh that was an issue. Iron Flesh was updated to become almost impossible to use online, because you almost couldn't move with Iron Flesh once they updated it. Iron Flesh is a pyromancy that greatly increases your defense and poise, from memory. And in the past you were able to move fairly normally with it. But they made an update fairly early on in the game, I'd say within the first 2 months, where you basically can't move with it. You move as if you are overburdened, which in multiplayer, or in PvP specifically, really is not good enough. Like, you'll just get backstabbed endlessly and it's pointless. So yeah, they basically turned something that was terribly, terribly broken into something that was fairly pointless. But that's alright, you know, I would rather them totally nuke the viability of it than allow it to continue to be so broken. And it was so broken initially. Of course, you do receive an invulnerability period while parrying an enemy, so it can actually be a good strategy. Oh, fucking up my parries there. It can be a good strategy to, let's say for instance, you are being rushed by 2 enemies. You look for the one that's attacking first, you parry that one, and use that invulnerability period as a strategy in the sense that you know you're safe from the attack of the other one. And sometimes you can have even more than 2 enemies that are coming after you, and that can be the strategy. Trying to get that invulnerability period to be safe. Parries are just generally fun. And I don't necessarily need a parrying dagger. I can use a fist for a little while to give you an idea of the different timings that are, or the different timing that's needed. But a fist and a regular shield is about the same. You know what, that's not going to work for the reason that I'm being sniped. That's why issues were arising there. Hello. How are you going? They were both attacking at around the same time, so I wasn't going to go ahead with that. Being sniped by that person over there is really what's causing trouble. Hello. So timing is slightly worse, but it's... oh, that's right. It's a fucking annoying attack you've got going on there. They try to mess around with you by having very slow attacks, where it takes a while for them to actually gear up for the attack. Oh, just missed there. There you go. Just missed that. Come on. He's doing it again. Asshole. So that attack there, little attacks like that where they take a long time to, I guess, charge up their attack. I don't really know how else to refer to it. I guess attacks that take longer to complete their animation. There you go. Those ones can be a little hard to parry. This guy's probably going to pull out a weapon, is he? He does pull out a weapon if he feels threatened, but... Come on. Or do you not pull out a weapon? I'm pretty sure you do. Maybe you don't. Okay. Well, there you go. I definitely healed more than I should have there, but it's alright. I'll use the fist for these two, and then I'll go back to the parrying dagger. Dealing with these spear guys can be very annoying if you're new to the game. Attacking them does often prompt them to attack you back. Alright, back to the parrying dagger. This guy here will sell you your orange sign soapstone. It is not something that you have in your inventory automatically. He also sells the bottomless box, but don't buy that yet. It's too expensive for the souls that you're getting at the moment. The orange sign soapstone, however, or orange guidance soapstone as it's called here, is only 100 souls, which is not very expensive at all. So with that, I mean, I could just go through without resting at the bonfire. It would save me from killing a few enemies again. Yeah, we could do that. There's a bonfire in that building over there that is very important to access. Oh, that's right, I do have these fucking firebombs to deal with. Hello. Do keep in mind that parrying won't always look the way that I do it. The way I parry is that I go for the riposta immediately so that I can immediately get the invulnerability period. Oh, that's right. You're kicking the door in. I'm here to die. Yeah, that's right. If you kill him, you get the Uchikatana, which is always an option for dexterity builds at the start. But, now there was something else I was talking about. Can't remember now. Damn it. So I made the wrong selection for the enemy that was going to attack me first. One thing to note is that parrying on stairs, if you are below an enemy who is above you on stairs, it's bad for ripostas. Now that happened to work. Doesn't often work. If you're above the person, it's not too bad. But if you're below them, going for the riposta generally doesn't work. The parry will always work, but the riposta becomes inconsistent. This guy is trying to hang back and throw firebombs. See how he's not very aggressive? He's very focused on using firebombs, that's why. If you have the master key, you can open this door and gain access to something very useful, and that is gold pine resin. That will help you for, let's say, the first few bosses. I usually use gold pine resin against the gargoyles. This makes life easier. Obviously, gold pine resin isn't going to be as useful if you fail your attempts. Failing your attempts is always bad news, but... in the sense that you'll actually use it, and then it's gone. You're obviously not going to get it back, so when you do use it, you want it to be a successful attempt. There is an additional optional enemy here in this area that you are not encouraged to fight if you are a beginner. You can still fight him if you want. There is a chance to get a weapon that you'll probably base your whole build around and end up using for the rest of the game if you're a beginner, because it is a very nice weapon. Come on. Whoa. That was bad timing. I'm just gonna heal up. I want to get down on the flat again. Why am I fucking up my timing with you? What the fuck is going on? Even with the parrying dagger, I'm fucking up the timing. I think I'm trying too hard to get it right on. Hello. I'll go for a backstab on you because you're being a prick. Or not. Can't believe it. Anyway. I'm definitely out of practice. I mean, I've been so rusty in this recording so far, but... Cannot believe it. I'm dying to the fucking Black Knight in the Undead Berg. So stupid. Oh well. And I've been punished for this because I didn't rest at the bonfire. I've been punished for my behavior. This is what happens when you try to play the game using skills you used to have but no longer have. Because you're fucking rusty. That's stupid. Anyway, get good, scrub. Yeah, exactly. Oh well. Unfortunately, I'm in need of some polishing, so... I mean, it's particularly stupid that I fucked that up, because, I mean, I can... Even without the Parrying Dagger, it's not an issue to parry him. He's got very clear attacks. He very clearly telegraphs his movements, so... I don't know what the fuck I've been doing. Anyway. I'll just send you off the edge. Oh, you're still up there, are you? He fell off on his own. See, there you go. There's an example of a failed riposte on the stairs. If they're above you, the riposte often doesn't work. In fact, I suppose maybe it works if you really take the time to walk forwards. Maybe it works under those circumstances, but normally, no. Like if you just stand where you were standing before, doesn't really work. And again, thanks to making use of the invulnerability period nice and quickly, by doing the riposte immediately, I was able to avoid the incoming attack of that enemy. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I know that you're here. I know all about you, you prick. But doing a build like this is also good if you want to learn how to parry properly. You can start with the Parrying Dagger and then go backwards from there. Parrying Dagger, target shield / buckler, and then after that you can work on using a regular shield or a fist to parry. I don't mind contending with you guys in here, that's fine. I just want to get to this bonfire. There we go. So this is kind of, I mean, this is just how the build is going to work. It's a Parrying Dagger Thief build, so for the most part I will be parrying enemies. Now he died from bleeding there, I think. You could see that there was a little bit of a discrepancy there in the damage dealt that didn't line up with the damage that I was previously dealing to him. In other words, it was more than it should be. But I believe that was because of the bleed that was dealt to him. I didn't know this dealt bleed damage, but it must. Or does it not? No, it does deal bleed. So see the auxiliary effect there? That's 300 bleed. 300 is your standard bleed amount. The only other weapon that has more than 300 bleed, and not all weapons have bleeding damage, I will say, but the only other weapon that has more than 300 from memory is the Life Hunt Scythe, which sits at 500. And that was a pretty fun weapon to use in PvP. Yeah, that's what happens, Vernon. A lot of riposters end up being in the groin region, in the crotch area. So, if we watch here, this will probably end up being right in the crotch. Look at that. I mean, sort of like lower abdomen, but especially with larger enemies such as the Black Knights, usually in the crotch. Hello. Now that timing's a little different because he's doing a thrusting attack. Oh, hello. I don't know what you're doing coming out of there. I will go and... Oh, is it worth getting Havel's Ring, actually? I mean, I could, but... That's great perspective there. I've got a few enemies to contend with here. Hopefully I select the right one. Here we go, selected the right one. It's the invulnerability period. I don't like you. Oh, you just caught me at the end of that. You're very annoying. Alright, come on. You're the most aggressive, so I know you'll attack first. Oh yeah, good thing Takashi's in here. Otherwise he'd be talking about balls and how he'd like to do things with balls and all of that. I don't like the firebomb guy, but... Oh, see, I tried to change targets there, but just couldn't do it in time. Alright, so I'm going to try and walk into him there to make sure I get the riposta on these stairs. I'm actually boxed in. Fortunately, it didn't stay that way. I might deal with the firebomb guys up there too. You can see I'm just taking my time through this Undead Burg location. Just having fun, really. That's what this is about at the moment. Haven't played through Dark Souls in a little while, and just having a bit of fun. Oh. Okay, fine. You know what? If you're all going to throw firebombs, I don't think I'm going to play that game. If you're wondering why I have 1 in my counter, it's because that's humanity. I don't really want to discuss the humanity system. I'd like you to just see how it works if you don't know how it works. Because it's a long thing to explain, and I've explained it somewhat recently. It's a long explanation, and I've done the explanation somewhat recently because I had a... Oh, that's really annoying. So the guy in the back was coming for a thrust while that guy was doing a slow attack. Come on. But the explanation's kind of long, and I had a friend recently who started playing for the first time. I think that was Ethan, wasn't it? I think I explained the system to him, and yeah. As far as why I have 1 in my counter, I think it's... This is really awkward with these stairs here. You're pissing me off, man. I'm not happy to see you here. Yeah? Yeah, come on. At this point, I may as well fucking parry you. Scratching my ankle. But yeah, that sucked. That whole situation sucked right there. Come on. Oh. Can barely see. It's a bit up close and personal. Now let's take care of the Black Knight. Again, you don't have to fight him. I'm fighting him for fun. I don't want to use his weapon anyway. Come on. How the fuck am I fucking this up? What? What is it about? I'm very confused. I'm genuinely confused. You know what? You know, I'm changing to the fist. I'm changing to the fist because whatever is going on with his parrying dagger, it's not working. I don't know why, but I'm changing to the fist. This is stupid. Hello. Motherfucker. Well, thanks for having faith in me. Let's do the chain stab. You can always chain stab him if you want, but... Oh, missed it there. I think there's something going on with the parrying dagger with this guy. Because... Yeah, with the fist it's normal, but... Parrying dagger just doesn't feel quite right. So you can actually avoid this by doing that jump there. Hello. That was patched out of the remastered version, by the way. That was not intended. Or at least one would assume so, based on the fact that it was patched out. But, yeah, if you hug the left side and do... You can probably roll, but I do a jump just to be sure. That actually allows you to avoid the barrel. Alright, Taurus Demon time. With this, you've got a few different techniques here to deal with the Taurus Demon. You can either fight him head on and just roll through what he does, or you can do drop attacks on him. I'm going to be doing drop attacks because I'm using a fucking dagger, so yeah, drop attacks aren't really super important. It's the way I always used to do it. How did that not work? No riposta? Okay, good on you. Oh, you are fucking driving me nuts today. Yeah. Okay, I'll go for backstabs then if you're going to play it like that. I can always do that too. I can just fish for backstabs on you assholes. Thanks. That must be what it is, autonomic, because my hands and my eyes were doing one thing, but then whatever was happening on the screen just wasn't right. And I'm thinking, what? Why am I failing this? I think the Parrying Dagger is not good for the Black Knights. I think that's what's happening. So I'm going to do the dropping attacks on this guy. I mean, I could always use gold pine resin. I don't think I need to save it, do I? I don't have it equipped. But... oh yeah, I'd better drop on him before he comes up. If you stay up there for too long, what happens is he will come up after you. So the drop down technique is very awkward. It's not recommended for people who are beginners because it's not a nice way to fight the boss. I found that out when I tried to get Ethan to do this in his first experience, and it just wasn't fun. For him, he thought it was a stupid way to fight the boss. He wasn't enjoying it, and overall it was a negative experience. But this is how I always did it in the past. It was the technique that I just worked out because it seemed like it would be the easiest way. I was so intimidated by him. Because this is a very small place to fight him. I mean, alternatively, you can try to get him off the edge. He might actually be able to catch up to me here. Oh, he's doing a low attack. Now, if he did a vertical, that would have probably hit me off, but he did a horizontal swing, which doesn't have as much vertical reach, which is fortunate. Come on, there you go. So that's the attack that you really want. You can see the camera really does struggle with... oh god, see already... oh, thank god you're doing that attack again. I'm getting lucky with that one, because you can just as easily hit me off with a vertical strike. Alright, so he's dead. Oh god, the performance. Bloody awful. I might actually make a change to my white balancing. I'm a bit too orange, you know. Don't want to be like... okay, that's not orange enough. There we go. I mean, slight change anyway. It's only slight. I just don't want to be ultra orange. I don't want to be looking like I've got a fake tan. Doomlink with the fake tan. Yeah. No thank you. Now. We are currently sitting on 8,200 souls, which for this point in the game is a lot. I ended up accumulating all of those because I was killing all those enemies repeatedly. Not just like once through. Don't say no! Holy shit. Not that I really need the white sign soapstone, but... just give it to me. Jolly cooperation. Praise the sun. See what the messages are. Are they all going to be praise the sun? Let's see. Don't talk to him. Okay. Imminent gorgeous view. Okay. It's true. Praise the sun. And praise the sun. Okay, so 2 out of 3 were praise the sun. Just wanted to check. Just wanted to make sure. You will be attacked by a dragon breathing fire on this bridge as you come through here. But it doesn't hurt too much. And I almost actually got past it. Which is technically possible, but... yeah, there are 2 different attacks on the bridge with the fire. The initial one, which was that one obviously, doesn't do as much damage. But... there's another one that basically one-shots you every time. And it's kind of awful. Okay, so how are we going to level up here? Not sure. What would be a nice stat to... I guess seeing endurance at 9 kind of hurts, so... I think it's 10 strength for the rapier. Like the actual standard rapier. Might be 12 strength for Ricard's, something like that. I don't know if I would use Ricard's rapier. I will take you to 10. We're not going to be touching resistance, intelligence, faith, or attunement in this build. So, it's fairly simple. Might get you to 12. And you to 15. As far as strength requirement, because again, I'm only going to take my strength as high as it needs to be to use weapons. Do any of you remember what the strength requirement is for rapiers? Is it 10 or 11? I think it's 10. This seems to be what I remember. I'm going to actually finalize that with some souls left over. What's the S-stock? 12. So it's not going to be 12. I believe the standard rapier is 10. Oh, excuse me, it's 12 for dexterity, 10 for... Okay, so if it's 10 for the S-stock, it's definitely going to be 10 for the rapier. So I'm going to leave strength at 10, definitely. So I'm going to put some points into dex then. Take dex to 16. By some points, I mean 1. Okay. So, as we continue on, there are 2 different directions you can go. Either you can try and get past the dragon and access a bonfire, or the entranceway is just over there, as you can see. And that gives you access to a covenant, the Covenant of Sunlight, and which isn't all that important in the early game anyway. And the other way is this way, by going under the bridge. You can actually shoot arrows at that tail to get a Drake Sword. It's a weapon that requires special materials to be upgraded. But more importantly, it starts off at 200 damage, which is a lot for the early game. So it's a very beginner-friendly weapon. But I won't be using that for this build, obviously. I'm not averse to using the Drake Sword necessarily. I'm gonna go two-handed here. I can't actually deal critical damage to these guys. Oh, there's the other rat. I knew there were 3. It's grey rat, red rat, green rat, pink rat, blue rat. That's Silver Rathalos. Silver Rathalos down here. Grey rat. Look. Okay, so aside from that, that's a reference. To anyone who doesn't watch my Monster Hunter live streams, ignore that. The standard rapier is 7 strength. Jeez, why did I think it was as high as 10? Huh. Maybe Ricard's is 10? Jeez. That doesn't seem to match up to my memory. Anyway, I guess my memory is not entirely reliable. Good day. Oh, whoops. Let's actually get the riposter if we may. If we may. Let's actually get the riposter. And I'll do the chain stab. Definitely life is better without the fucking parrying dagger versus these guys, because it has not been appropriate. With the parrying dagger, it's just been a total shit show, actually. Total shit show. Sorry, but not sorry. Ho 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 ho. Black Knight Shield. So, that would be very nice to... Oh, hello. You've gone and made an appearance. The Black Knight Shield would be lovely to have with the standard build. I mean, I would be so happy to have that. It's not as good as the Silver Knight Shield, but it's bloody well good for, you know, trying to get in the early game. Okay, this is getting fucking stupid. You need to stop with your behavior. You know what? I don't need to try that again, actually. I mean, I don't have many Estus flasks now, but it's not going to take me very long to get to the bonfire. I will contend with this guy. I will fight him, but... pretty fucking annoyed by his crap. So, that gate over there is a gate that can be opened from the other side. You can see that there's a bonfire there. That's basically if you avoid the dragon. The mechanism to open the gate's somewhere nearby, on the other side of that. Ricard's is 8 strength and 20 dex. Now, I'd forgotten about that dex requirement. I guess I remembered that there was a higher requirement in some regard for Ricard's rapier. Now, the first time you come here, it's much easier and faster to do this. See, this guy is going to try and pull that gate down. Hopefully on top of that guy? No, that actually can happen, by the way. But, yeah, if you're on the other side of this gate, life is better. It's just quicker. I mean, you can go the other way. The other way is also fun. There is a way... Okay, so you can probably see from here. I don't know if it's visible. No, you can't see it. There is actually an entranceway under the stairs. Kind of where that boar is, there's an entranceway that goes underneath that will eventually loop back to this point. It's sort of like a longer path to ultimately get to where I am now. Which is kind of fun to do, I guess, but... Is it worth even opening this? Let's just open it. But yeah. Technically you'd get less souls by doing what I've just done because you fight less enemies as a result. But I just like to do this faster. Hello. Oh, that's right. You're a Bolden. Oh, hello! You guys are trying to get a party started. Come on. I'm a little bit close to the edge there. Fortunately still one-shotting. Oh, I'm still using the fist. Oh dear. You know, Parrying Dagger has been a liability. I feel less accurate with my parries with the Parrying Dagger. Interestingly enough. I do the Parrying Dagger not for its functionality, but for the concept. The idea that you have a weapon that is used exclusively for parries instead of having a shield. That's, you know, so you could have the target shield or the buckler or something and use it as a parry thing, but it's nicer to have an actual dagger, because you can't really use the dagger as an effective means of blocking attacks. I mean, you can technically... No, you can't actually do it at all. You can do that. Anyway, I'm going to, given the fact that I have, like, no Estus Flasks, I'm going to prioritize going to the bonfire. That is going to be step 1. There's a bonfire just over here. That is the sound of Andre of Astora smacking his hammer on an anvil. And, we don't really need to say hello to him right now. I'll say hello to him later. I guess he doesn't question the fact that there's some guy walking above him. He's just like, oh, there's a guy up there. Well, I'll worry about it another time. He'll come and talk to me if he wants to talk to me. Well, technically I am female in-game, but anyway. Just going for a circle around backstab non-targeted, which is a technique. The name of which I just contrived. Hello. And we've got a friend over here who can actually be parried but not riposted. It's going to be a bit slow. That was a partial parry there. It's probably about time that I got a fucking rapier, wouldn't you say? I would say. What am I doing here? Suppose continuing to fight you, I just want to keep away from the Boulder Knights. So if you hear the bell ring, if you hear a bell ring, there is a bell tower here. And it rings when other people that are in your... Oh, that's right, I'm dealing bleeding damage, I remember that. You fucking dick! You've got some fucking nerve, you know that. Oh, come on. I timed that just fine. He ignored what I did. Literally ignored my parry. This guy doesn't respawn, by the way. You know what? I don't like the Parrying Dagger. I'm actually starting to have issues with the Parrying Dagger because I know that I'm timing this correctly. And yet, it's still not fucking working. It's stupid. So, I did it earlier this time and it still didn't work. The Parrying Dagger is shithouse. It's actually shithouse. Get over here. I'm using the fucking fist. Fuck the Parrying Dagger, man. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe I'm the one who's fucked and broken and inconsistent. Oh my fucking god. You know what? Eat a dick. But yeah, I definitely want the rapier because not in all confrontations is a dagger going to work for you. Because if you can't really deal critical damage, such is the case. Oh, hello. What the fuck? You do not reset. You are separate to the instance. You are like your own thing. You know why I only just realized that? It's because I've never been chased to the bonfire by this guy. That's the first time that's ever happened, so... Wow. That's fucking shocking. Using this weapon is just not appropriate. I still got caught in that? What is your fucking problem, man? I don't like this guy. Oh, the follow-up. This dagger is not appropriate for this fight. I mean, it deals... See, it deals bleeding damage, but here's the fucking problem. I cannot prevent him from healing if he chooses to do that. Thank God for the bleeding, and thank God he didn't choose to heal that time. Fuck me. Okay, so he gave me a Titanite shard there. He doesn't always drop things. God. Okay, so we're gonna unlock a shortcut to Undead Burg. Not Undead Burg, excuse me. A shortcut to Filing Shrine, which was our initial bonfire. It is of a higher level than all the other bonfires in the area. It will give us 10 Estus flasks as opposed to 5. And it's actually very close by to where we are right now. If we take this elevator, we'll be there in no time. The elevator shaft is something that you can see from the beginning of the game, but there is no platform to step onto, or no actual elevator to make use of. So, remember we walked into this shaft before to access a lower area. There's Filing Shrine. I'm going to rest at the bonfire and probably level up. I don't know if I want to keep using this. Where can I buy a rapier? Can I buy one from Andre Evastora? Does he sell a rapier? Who sells a rapier? Because I want one. And I'm going to level it up. In fact, I might not use these souls yet. I think I've only got one, yeah, one Titanite shard. Of course, isn't it funny that I ended up getting 2 Titanite chunks before I even got 1 Titanite shard in the game? That was made possible through killing the Black Knights. Oh. Excuse my my co-host, the creaking chair. He's my co-host, but he doesn't talk all that often. But when he does talk, you'd probably rather he shut his mouth. The best co-host ever. Okay. So let's go and say hello to Andre Evastora and see if he's selling a rapier. I don't know what he sells, I can't remember now. Too much time has passed. I've filled my head with so many more things. And my brain just, you know, forgets things that it doesn't need to remember anymore. Like what Andre Evastora sells in Dark Souls 1. Purchase item. Scheisse. Okay, so who sells a... Who else? Maybe the... Imagine if the male undead merchant sold one. That would be so annoying if he sold one. The male undead merchant is the guy who I bought the orange sign soapstone from. So it would be very annoying if he actually sells a rapier. What the fuck was that? I mean, the timing was fine. There's nothing wrong with the timing. It just didn't register that that was an attack that I was going to parry. Somehow. Makes no bloody sense. Right. I believe Soul Air can be summoned for that fight. Someone can be summoned. I think it's Soul Air, isn't it? And by that fight, I mean the boss fight, the Bell Tower Gargoyles. Not that you know about it if you are unfamiliar with this game. But, yeah. Not necessarily a difficult fight, but I'd say it becomes difficult if you were to use a dagger, or what is this, bandit knife? Yeah, bandit's knife. Without, say, gold pine resin or something. I would use gold pine resin, but I would rather apply gold pine resin to something that's not going to be dealing shit damage, like maybe a rapier. I think a rapier would be slightly better. If I cannot, for some reason, buy a rapier from this male-ended merchant, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check online to see where I can get one. Because I would rather do that than go to basically every merchant in the world. Maybe Griggs of... Goodbye. He was like, oh, it's this guy again, I'm out of here. I've been killed one too many times. Oh, fuck off. Oh, Lautrec can be summoned for... I didn't know he could be summoned for the gargoyles. Oh, fuck off with your behaviour. Maybe I should just run past them. Maybe that would be it. You and your firebomb. I'll probably... that's what I'll do. I'll use a Homeward Bone once I get to the male-ended merchant. That's going to be nice and fast, won't it? Can't believe I'm here again. Still going. In this area. I don't want to get overrun, so I will actually kill these enemies. Begrudgingly. Hello. See how I didn't get stuck on the wood this time? Out of here. It was quite satisfying to watch him be kicked off the edge like that. Hello. It is a little bit... I don't know if it's faster or slower to do this versus like attacking them normally. Trying to avoid the arrow as well. Doing what I can. I'm just watching the playback of the game on OBS. It looks alright. Can I still be sniped from this distance? Yes, I can. Let me go and silence this individual. If you open that door, there's a wooden shield over there, which is a decent shield. Better than some that you can start with in the game. So, can be worthwhile if you want it, but I don't want it. Hello. Don't know if I want to deal with both of you, and I fucked the timing up with that one. Holy God. You know what? You guys can relax up there. And if you chase me, then we can fight at that time. But for now, I'm going to see if I can get a frickin' rapier from you. I can, thank God for that. Should have taken care of that before. So, that's always nice. Can get a repair box and a bottomless box if I want, but I don't want to do that. Doesn't feel necessary right now, and again, I'm at a point in the game where I just need these souls for something else. Like leveling up. There's a rapier. So, to compare the critical damage, we're dealing with 110. Okay. So I thought rapiers were 120, excuse me. Turns out they're 110. And daggers, for the most part, are around 140. Seems the parrying dagger is sitting at 130. Interestingly, there is no infusion in this game that increases critical damage like there was in Demon Souls. It was called the Fatal Infusion. And it was pretty good, but sadly doesn't exist here. You don't really need it, because that increase in damage comes in the form of a ring called the Hornet's Ring. And the Hornet's Ring was kind of a... I don't know if it's Hornet's Ring or Hornet Ring, I think it's Hornet Ring. But that was not a fan favorite, we'll say, in the Dark Souls community, because the damage dealt was filthy. Absolutely filthy with Hornet's Ring. So, yeah. I can tell you that it might not be a positive thing to just allow all attacks to be, or all critical attacks to be stronger with a single ring, but maybe that's considered better, because you have to actually use one of 2 ring slots to get increased damage. Maybe that was a balancing choice. If it was a balancing choice on From Software's part, I don't know if it was a good one. Don't know if it was a good balancing choice at all. Oh dear. Excuse me. So, making our way to Andre of Astora, I'm at least going to level this up once. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to kill you guys. But more specifically, while I'm here, I'm going to kill the Boulder Knights, because the Boulder Knights do have a chance to drop Titanite Shards. So, if I could get another Titanite Shard, or 2 more, that'd be great. I'd be pretty happy with that. Oh, how did I not get the fucking Riposta? That makes no sense. Alright. Let's go and say hello to the Boulder Knights. We do have a channeler to avoid up there. I'd like to pull just one of you here. Just one of you. Oh, fuck me. The pew can just be... Oh, look who's coming after me. It's the Rapier Wonder Boy. Ugh. So the rapier-wielding Boulder Knight is not a nice person. He's nasty. He's not friendly. He's not your friend, and he never will be. He's a prick. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. I don't believe they have better drop rates. I mean, the Rapier Boulder Knights are generally harder to kill as compared to the other ones, but I don't think they have better drop rates for things like... Holy fucking shit, man. Oh yeah, I didn't get that Firekeeper Soul. That's funny. I better go and get that. Interestingly, the Firekeeper Soul pickup was changed in the remaster to not be a larger effect. It's a much larger effect for a Firekeeper Soul in the original game than your typical pickup. But for some reason, it's just standard in the remastered version. See the size of it? It's just larger. And it matches the icon of the Firekeeper Soul. So I've got no fucking idea why they changed that in the remaster, but they bloody well did. And it wasn't a positive thing. But whatever. I need to remember that I actually don't have item burden in this game, so I can hoard all the stuff I want, yeah. Andre's got a bit of a repetitive sound going on with him. I don't like to hang around in the undead parish because of it. I'll learn your gesture just to reduce the options that I have here. I feel like there are too many options. Reinforce the rapier. Thank you. Oh, I can... Well... Would I like to purchase... No, I wouldn't like to purchase shards from you, and I'll tell you why. Because I'll hold on to these souls for the 20,000 to get the Crest of Artorias, which will give me access to a good soul farming area. For the early game, not really for late game. By the time you're about halfway through the game, it stops being a decent soul farming area. This guy's like writhing on the ground. Well, he was in the distance anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to return to Firelink Shrine. We'll rest at the bonfire to get our 10 Estus Flasks, and then we'll go and take on this boss. I'm probably only going to go live for about 2 hours here. It might be enough time to take care of... What's her face? Quaylarg. And Ceaseless Discharge, because I usually find him as well. We'll see how things go. But it's not going to be a super long first recording. The builds will take more time to complete in the Dark Souls livestream series as compared to the Demon Souls livestream series because it's a little bit of a longer game. And the way I generally go through Dark Souls, I'm definitely not going to be completing a build as quickly here as in Demon Souls, so... What would probably take 4 recordings in Demon Souls would probably take me maybe 6 or 7, possibly even 8 here in this game, so... Yeah. Missed my riposta for obvious reasons. I was on the stairs. That's a great perspective. Action shot. Point of view. Alright. I don't really want to deal with the other Boulder Knights right now. I'd love to kill this channeler before he empowers his friends, but don't think that's going to be happening. I'm going to be doing R2 strong attacks here because I want to stay out of their range. They are very aggressive and damaging. Sort of like how Dreglings become harder in New Game Plus because the way they are balanced is around the fact that they don't deal much damage. These guys become very difficult when they are empowered by the channeler. Hello. And you've got the friend there, and how many of you are there again? More than there should be, is what I'll say to that. You are no longer empowered, but I don't like you, so I'm gonna kill you in the most harmful way. Beware of pink men. That's right. I hate it when he does that. It's like he does it knowing that he's got friends down there. You are so fucking annoying. He's worth killing because he doesn't respawn. And he's very annoying to be left alive. Out you go, I need to kill you before your friends come. Oh my god, I hate that stupid attack. What I just got killed by is his fucking trident that deals multiple hits in one go. That's so stupid. Why did I allow myself to go in there? He baited me in there is what he did. What a dick. Anyway. Let's do that again. All that again. Welcome to the Soul series, right? Yeah, frustrating. Okay. Again, sometimes just shutting up and taking it is what you have to do with the Souls game. Just shut up and take it. I'll go and get my souls first, that's what's most important. And then once I have those, I'll go up and deal with the channeler. I just hate that he fucking falls off. It's the most annoying thing. I probably only ever used the trident like once. I don't remember farming it. I've probably farmed it, but I'm not sure. Admittedly, I don't pick it up often now that I think about it. Like, if I think back to the Duke's archives, I don't pick up the trident often from them, so yeah, the drop rate's pretty low. It's not that good of a weapon for anyone who wants to know. It's sort of like a fun weapon to use, maybe for something a little different to what you might be used to using, but it's not like a crazy viable weapon or anything. Oh, hello, got the channeler coming in as well. Just to make life a little harder, because he's going to attack me with ranged magic. Even being attacked by one of the aptly named pink men is not good. But if you allow yourself to be caught by multiple pink pink men, it's bad. It's not good. It's not recommended. And it's a sad time overall. Fortunately, he has now chosen to... Don't you do it to me again. Not again. We don't need a fucking repeat. I just realised that he's actually powered himself up. Yeah, oh, he gets me through the pillar. Good job. Asshole. Alright, well, that was a bit of work, but I think it's now time. Well, okay, I'll go pick up that soul. It's not like I'm going to pick it up later. I won't be going to Laltrek's jail cell, because he just leaves it automatically. He finds a way out. So I may as well just let him do the work, you know. But yeah, just thought I'd get that soul, just to be thorough. Let's put that away, and then equip gold pine resin, and get ready to take on the boss. You can see that we're accumulating humanity in our counter. Just it has something to do with being in the online. I think when someone consumes humanity nearby, you get one in the counter, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember how it works, but if you're in the offline, it doesn't work. That's what I believe to be the case. I'll probably play this cutscene. I don't know if anyone who was previously watching that didn't know anything about this game, hadn't seen the game before. I don't know if any of those people are still watching, but I'll play the cutscene just for the sake of it. As you can see, the gargoyle begins to move. This is essentially an updated version. Well, it's a reimagining of the man-eater hunt. I say. Fight. The man-eater fight. This is not Monster Hunter Doomling. The man-eater fight. And, oh, that's a good opening attack. Motherfucker. Just gonna heal up then. I don't want to be spending time healing when I should instead be attacking him. In fact, it would be better to do the R1, now that I think about it. I'm not doing very well, in case you needed me to update you on that. Fucking hell. I'm just gonna try to spam him to death if I can. Quickly. Alright, heal up. I need to kill this first one quickly if I can. I don't want to deal with more than one at the same time, because you see you've got one doing the fire and then the other one's coming in for the attack. I'm not particularly interested in the tail axe, by the way. Yeah, I suppose you can cut off the tail, so maybe we can call it a hunt on that basis. But yeah, not really interested in the tail axe, so I won't be cutting off the tail. This guy's tail is not there by default. Kind of ran out of stamina there. I'll heal up just for good measure. The game is so inconsistent with what it struggles to render. It's really weird. Like, that fire is not a problem at all, but firebombs? Good luck. Your game will choke on firebomb effects, but apparently the fire from the gargoyles, all good. Stupid. Stupid game. So that's 10,000 souls from him. I'm going to try and get some more to get to 20,000. Just a bit under 3,000 is needed. But as far as how much time that will take for me to get, I couldn't say. Stop that. Yeah, maybe I won't go to Quelaag. Maybe I'll just do some soul farming. Because I'll be doing that in... there you go, ring the bell. Undead Church. Sorry, didn't play the cutscene. I don't think anyone's watching. Well, at least not the people that might have benefited from seeing it. That's what I mean to say. That's Oswald of Karim, and I'm not interested in him. He's a vendor. He's a useful vendor. He's a very useful character. When I say that I'm not interested in him, I don't mean that he has no use. I just mean I personally do not have a need for him at this time. Anyway, let's go and gather some souls and get the Crest of Artorias. I can kill the Prowling Demon affectionately referred to as the Titanite Demon by the community. And that will help me accumulate some souls. This is going to be full dex Axio. There will be no reason to upgrade any other stat if I'm going parry only, practically. I need to actually get myself in fucking gear to play the game properly. That would be beautiful now, wouldn't it? Holy jumping fucking Jesus. Hello. Get out of here. You can get out of here. Backstabs are also useful. There's a Titanite Shard. Nothing against a Titanite Shard. But yeah, this is basically a dexterity build. Probably could have included that in the information, honestly. Maybe Parrying Dagger Dex build as opposed to Parrying Dagger Thief? I don't know. I can always update the naming. Of course, doesn't really matter at all for the Twitch stream, but as far as the VOD uploaded to YouTube, that can be changed. I'm not looking forward to uploading that Demon's Souls recording today. The one where my vocal audio was so fucking quiet. It's basically the same volume as the game. It's really stupid. It's like part 67 or 60, I think 68, part 68. It's really stupid. It's the one where I did my heavy strength build in New Game Plus. Yeah, strength often goes hand in hand with heavy builds, but if you can get strength with a light build, then I'm all for it, but I don't really like heavy builds. Did I say if you can get strength with a light build? I meant to say if you can get strength with a light build, then I'm all for it. But strength with a heavy build, not really a fan. They go hand in hand because heavy shields have a high strength requirement and all that. It's going to be a bit slow to kill this Prowling Demon, but it's alright. What the hell? Getting hit by that stupid tail. Doing the jump, yes you are. They have a fairly predictable attack pattern. You always want to rotate around to the right side, counterclockwise, for the reason that that tail is going to... It's not just the tail actually, it's not so much the tail. Definitely it's a combination of the tail being a problem and that leg. See that leg that he's got? The one leg that he has? That's a problem if you're rotating clockwise to the left. So, not recommended to do that. In terms of the tail being a problem, as he swings the catch pole, the tail, as you can see, swings to his right, which will be our left. So it's through a little bit of, and not much, trial and error, that you realise you just don't want to go to the left side. It's not much trial and error. Oh, that still managed to hit me. You've got to be shitting me. I suppose my typical intelligence build would be what you'd call a battle mage. I don't like to be purely spell reliant. I enjoy using weapons in Souls games, so... Come on. Is he really getting stuck there? Get the fuck over here, man. You are an idiot. You know what? I can take advantage of this. Look at this, he's actually stuck in an animation where he's going back and forth. New exploit? New Dark Souls exploit 2021. How to kill a prowling demon in the undead parish super easily. Subscribe. Well, it works, doesn't it? I don't know if he's always going to get stuck if he happens to stand here. He might have landed there and landed in an awkward spot for him, but Let me tell you that I've never seen this happen before. I've never actually glitched one of these Titanite demons. That's a new one. Demon Titanite. And we got the 20,000 souls that we needed. Not that we got them from that particular enemy, but we got 2,000, which was roughly what we needed to buy the Crest of Artorias. Okay, purchase item, Crest of Artorias, 20,000 souls. Now that's a big ask for the early game. So the question becomes, what is it about the Crest of Artorias that's worth so many souls so early on in the game, Doomlink? Well, it's the fact that you can get 20,000 souls back very quickly in that location that makes it worthwhile. So, and, well, I actually don't have the souls to upgrade my Rapier any further. He does look weird. He doesn't have a head. I kind of feel sorry for him. Of course, referring to the Titanite demon. Or the Prowling demon, as he is correctly called. It makes sense to call him the Titanite demon because he's a demon, he drops demon Titanite, and he is literally made of demon Titanite. His head is the thing. It is the demon Titanite that you use. So, he's a Titanite demon. Oh, good one, Exia. Yeah, this is what they become. It's what they want to become, maybe. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck me. There you go. That's a nice running attack, actually. I like that. Let's do that again. Yeah. Now, we will actually get the Wolf's Ring, or the Wolf Ring. I don't know if it's Wolf's or Wolf. But, like Hornet or Hornets, I've got no fucking idea. But the point is that I want the Wolf Ring because I need some poise. I usually use the Wolf Ring with most of my light builds, because one of the issues with light builds is that you basically don't have poise. Most of the light armor sets, in fact all the light armor sets, have next to no poise. My poise stat right now is probably at 0. Yes, I have 0 poise, which means I can be flinched by literally anything. A guy could probably breathe on me, and I'd be flinching, so yeah, not a good thing. I'm actually going to do a run to the Wolf Ring. I'm not really interested in dealing with the Moonlight Butterfly right now, although I could kill the Moonlight Butterfly. I'm not sure. I need to remember where to go to get to the Wolf Ring. Oh, that's what I do. Yeah, I don't even need to go this way to get to the Wolf Ring. Silly me. It's probably, I mean, I probably could have just continued going this way now that I've come this far, but I'd like to demonstrate that this is not needed. In fact, you can just drop into that area. It's one of those weird places in the game where it looks like you're going to die if you fall, but actually there's an area down there that you can fall into, and it's safe. So that down there, I mean, that looks like a really fucking far fall, but if I can find exactly where to drop, it doesn't even have to be precise. I don't think it's here, is it? I think it's over here. I think if you drop here, you'll be fine. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, so it looks like a really far drop, but, oh, fuck me. I'm out of healing. Okay, I'll use humanity to heal, but I'll kill the frog first. Is he going to kill me, or am I going to kill him? He's still alive. Alright, I'll use humanity. Not that I really want to, but I'm only going to use one. See, it would have killed me if I hadn't healed myself there. These funny frogs give you green blossoms. Green blossoms cannot be purchased until the DLC. They can be picked up from those guys, but cannot be purchased until later on. This is a tree, like literally a tree, like not a tree person, but a tree. So, am I going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right way. I want to go this way, I think. I just went and stabbed that tree for no reason. This is the tree we want to stab, I think. Actually, we don't even need to stab it. We don't need to stab the tree. So we want to actually go up these stairs. And this will take us to the Wolf Ring. And that is going to be... Oh, that's right. I've almost reached the ninja flip ring. I forgot about that. Hello. Goodbye. I forgot about that ring. So that's the wolf ring. We're going to equip that probably in this slot. That gives a little effect around our character, as you can see. Oh, I thought it was 60, not 40. Shit. I'm getting my numbers wrong. No, I actually thought it was 60. I guess 60 is a bit high, isn't it? That's 40 poise on the wolf ring. Now, is it wolves or wolf? Wolf ring, okay. Just wanted to know. Alright. So we've used the Crest of Artorias. This is going to give us access to a place that, if the PS3 community still exists, is still to this day a shithole for PvP. But anyway. This forest was one of the reasons why I stopped doing Souls PvP forever. This place is just gross. Can you fucking stop? Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm intentionally bringing them over here. This is good soul farming in the early game. Well, not incoming, fortunately, Exio, because I'm not alive right now. You really going to play this game with me? These two are going to go down, but... This guy likes to play this game where he doesn't go up the stairs. Hello, the priest can... You can both relax or something. They're a bit too strong for me to fight at this stage, by the way. You gonna come up now? Yes, you are. Down you go. And now for the priest. Come on. Man with shield and mace and funny clothes. Come on. You can see the AI is not the best. Forest of dickheads. Wow. Is he coming? Yeah, he's coming. I really have to push him off. Usually you can just push him off with a shield or something. Like if you block his attack, he'll fall off. So what I'm going to do with those people dead, there's still one more guy up here. He's a bandit. I'm going to kill him, and then I'm going to speak to the cat. Whoops, I've fucked my timing for that. I used to know the timing for that. It's a very fast attack. But I was too busy standing there gawking. Hello. Oh, you're so fucking good, aren't you? You're a king. King of the absolute dickheads. Anyway, that's alright. I can live with that. Sort of. Sort of. I'm partially infuriated. But it's not like I've lost anything. By the way, if you're being chased by these guys and you go and talk to the cat, they'll leave you alone. They don't want to interrupt your discussion with their leader or whatever the fuck. However that works. Don't know if they're following me or what. Hopefully they are. I can only hope. Come on, guys. Alright, so priest is coming. Don't know about the assassin guy. The assassin guy is difficult to see. Alright, he's coming as well. Why do you do this to me, man? Gonna let the assassin jump off. There you go. Oh, you can fucking stop it now. Do you want to fucking medal for being so insufferable? Alright. This guy over here is actually stuck on nothing. Can you stop? Get over here. Yeah, I know all about it, mate. And get over here. Chase after me, come on. Alright. Try luring it out, yes indeed. Come on. Well, you're going to play the same game, are you? No, you're just going to fall. Good. Alright, take two with the bandit. I'll get the parry correct this time, and I'll actually use the fist. No, I'm not going to do it because I need my souls. I hate you so much. What am I going to do with myself? Am I going to throw my controller? Am I going to scream? What am I going to do? I don't know. I do wonder these things. Fuck this guy! What a dick! I've never had problems with him before. Seriously. Like, what's different? Nothing. Well, what's different is my capacity to play the fucking game. That's what's different. Unbelievable. The only way that you can enjoy these sorts of things when you come back to a game that you haven't played in a long time and that you used to be very good at but are no longer good at is you just sit there, relax, and you go, oh, you know, not as good as I was, but don't worry about it because it's just what it is. It's what happens when you're out of practice. But then, when you are being killed by enemies that used to pose literally not a single problem in the past, it starts to get fucking annoying. Just a little bit infuriating. Just a little bit. So, consider me annoyed. Come on. Don't be shy. Step right up. See, look, these two guys are coming. Yeah, come on, get out of here. 15,000 souls lost. Okay. 15,000 souls lost. Fuck off. Unbelievable. I'm wasting my time now. Wasting my time. The guy had thrown himself off the edge on his own. Now, if I had a shield, it wouldn't be an issue. They'd just bounce off my shield and then they'd fall, but you know. Fuck me. It's just unbelievable. All because of that stupid bandit being an actual waste of space. I mean, what the hell do you want? Seriously. Come on. 15,000 souls gone. Try luring it out. Didn't mean to read it that time. Oh, he's going to stop there, is he? Beautiful. Just come on. Don't play this game with me. Alright. This guy has decided to arrive. Now, why do you go straight off that time? Yeah, I'll fucking push you down. Don't do it again. You need to fucking stop doing that. You motherfucker. You're wasting your time, Doom Link. Whatever. I'll just blame him for everything. X here. Alright. I mean, I'm getting my soul back, but it's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. I mean, I'm accumulating souls anyway, but not after having lost those other ones, but you know. Fucking stupid. Oh, still managed to get me there, huh? No, I won't be throwing the controller today. I've only got one controller. At this rate, I'm probably going to have to get a 360 controller to play on the 360, so I don't want to have to get two controllers. Come on. I know you're coming up the stairs. Well, you would like to come up. You want to come up the stairs. You want to come. You want to come. Don't second guess yourself. You're making the right decision. This won't be that Monsanto try incident. No, I don't think it will be. I think we'll be under control. Where is this guy? Assassin Man. Regrettably, I'm not at a point in the game where I can fight them normally. If I aim to do criticals on the bandit, that's not going to be a problem, but maybe I'll just bring the bandit here as well. I mean, that's part of the problem. That's why he's dealing so much damage to me. This is a much later level area. So maybe my mistake was in fighting him in the first place. Come on, mate. I've now got more souls than what I lost before. So, makes me feel a little better. Here he comes. It's just safer to do it like this. Alrighty. Now he drops the least number of souls out of all of them. He only gives you 1,000. The rest of them give you 2,000. So, there you go. Let's go talk to the cat. And I think quitting and reloading will be enough to get Shiva of the East and the Ninja Man to appear. I will join them, and I'll be kicked out of the Covenant when I kill Ninja Man.
And here, take it.
That's a silver trophy? If you say so. If you say so. Or do they appear instantly? They appear instantly. Now, I'm going to be doing a kick. I don't think... Yeah, there's no kick with that. That's important. I wanted to check that first. Okay, so we're going to be kicking the ninja off the edge. Let's not fuck this up, shall we? I fucking punched him immediately. There we go. I'm trying to kick him off the edge. Thankfully, the punch was so minute in the damage dealt that it didn't aggro him. Turning on us from the very start. Boo-hoo, mate. Seriously. Boo fucking who. No, you don't. I know how your weapon works. Although I don't know if I would want to parry it. Taking too much damage when I... No, stop it. You know, I'd rather not even fight you, to be honest. I wonder if I can do the glitch on him. I'd like to give this a try. This would be funny. But yeah, I need to quit and reload to get the Darkwood Green Ring. The stuff that he has on his body. Oh shit, I was worried about this. He's beginning to leash. Come on. No, that was really bad. You sick hollow. Fuck off, idiot. Can't believe what I've just seen. You sick hollow. Yeah, well, you're wasting my time. Anyway, with that area reloaded, we'll be able to go to where where the ninja guy is supposed to stand. And we'll be able to get the Darkwood Green Ring that way. Which is much easier than trying to kill him. Shiva of the East is still there, wanting to kill me, of course. But, I guess we'll just try to avoid him. I'll try to kill him. I'll do what I can, but maybe I could just go for backstabs. And the reason why I don't want to go for parries is because what will happen is, if I fail the parry and he hits me, he will get me stuck, and then he'll be able to deal one slash, and then that'll almost kill me. And then because I'll be stuck in place, he'll just do an immediate follow-up to that slash and kill me. So, I'm not really interested in dying, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, I think the assassin killed himself and I didn't even notice. There you go. I'm about to sneeze. Goodness me. Oh, hello. Look who's been hiding, you motherfucker. You actual motherfucker. I'm out here just sneezing. That's all I'm doing. Just innocently sneezing. And this guy is like, I'm gonna backstab him. Prick. Actual prick. Alright. It's alright, I mean, I'd be doing soul farming here anyway, so I don't really care that I'm dying, because it just resets the area, you know. Did not expect that. It's what happens sometimes. Sometimes the assassin guy is in hiding. He's difficult to see in this area. And when he's in hiding, he likes to go for backstabs. If you show him your back, you are at risk. Oh, come on. Up you come. Here's the assassin. Alright, everyone's here. The gang's all here. Now, I still have that stupid bandit to deal with. The priority at this point is getting that Darkwood Grain Ring. Which should be over there, yeah, you can sort of see the glowing orb over there. Bringing Bandit Man over. Oh yes, I did lose some humanity now that I think about it. I think that was 3 or 4 humanity in my counter that I lost. But that's alright, I'm not really going to be using much humanity anyway. Oh, are you leashing? You prick. Get over here. Yeah. That should do the trick. I'm hoping. Yes, he should be coming up the stairs. Or is he not? No, he's still fucking around over there, but he's coming up the stairs now. Which is good. Alright, come on. Goody. I don't think it was 2 humanity, it was at least 3, because what happened was I already had 2 in my counter. 2 or 3 in my counter. And then I consumed humanity to heal myself. So here's the Darkwood Grain Ring, right here. Look who's trying to kill me. I'd like to send you off the edge. See how I can't actually... Oh, he killed himself anyway! What's so frustrating about that is that because I'm already dead, I can't get the fucking souls. Shit. That's the whole reason why I was doing that. It was literally the only reason. It was because I wanted the souls. Now, there's a problem here. My souls are all the way over there. So you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go all the way over there first before doing the exploit. Because... seriously? There's no fucking way on this planet Earth that I'm going to lose these souls because I'm sitting on currently 30,000 souls. You can't see the souls because I'm in the way of them. But that's 30,000 and I'm not going to lose those. Shiva of the East, more like Shiva of the deceased. Yes, indeed. He is deceased. He's out of here. Killed himself too. But yeah, what happened there was I was not going to be flinching him with his poise using my little rapier. Come on, guys. Here comes the mage. Hurry it up. That's why I roll. It's just so that I don't get them landing on my head. Oh, look who's coming. Oh, come on. Good. And now for the priest. Come on. And the bandit. We'll get you all here. The bandit is going to be aggroed. Come on. Did you notice how I took that hit without a flinch? That is thanks to the wolf ring. Also, let me equip the Darkwood Grain Ring. Now, the Darkwood Grain Ring is such a good flip that it almost works as a mode of transportation. In the sense that you can just cover so much distance with it. That it's almost better than running. Oh, look who's stuck. Speaking of that, look who's stuck. Hello. Get the fuck over here, arsehole. Alright. You coming up now? Holy... do you need a written invitation? Okay. Now he's a-coming. Missed my roll. Not that it really matters. Just feels better to roll it than to have them land on my head. Would you like to be... would you like to have someone land on your head? Probably not. Okay. Let's go and consume these souls. I'm going to equip this and this. And I'll use the other one in the inventory. Well, that was a bit of a weird process there. It wasn't exactly smooth. It would not be described as smooth. Unless you were lying to me. Or lying to yourself. But... we got a bit done. I'm sitting on exactly exactly 40,000 souls. Which is exactly double what I spent to get here. Why does it say you selected item? Here, what did I press? What did I press? Okay. Was that a fucking... I see. That was like a glitch that I haven't seen before, I don't think. That was a bit weird. Yeah, it is basically autonomic. It's an absolute joke. This is why it basically ruined the PvP for the first month or two of Dark Souls existing. I think no, it was more than a month or two with the Darkwood Green Ring flip. The things like the Dragonhead Soul Dupe and Iron Flesh were quite quick to be patched, but Darkwood Green Ring wasn't patched for maybe 5 or 6 months from memory. It took a while. I think it was before the Prepare to Die Edition DLC, but yeah, I don't know. It did take a while with the Darkwood Green Ring compared to Iron Flesh and all that. So, how are we going for stats? Shall we take you to 15? Yes. I will take you to 20. And maybe the rest in dexterity. Isn't that just lovely? I mean, that's perfect. I think I'm happy with that. So, let's do that, and maybe we'll go and find the Moonlight Butterfly. I think we will do that. Cool. I regrettably have to use one of these humanities in my inventory. What are you doing? Alright. I would like to use that. Whatever it is, Firekeeper Soul. But apparently... not like use it, but actually turn it in. But apparently I'm foolish and forgetful, and so I never did that when I had the opportunity to do it. I've been back to Filing Shrine many times since having acquired this soul, and yet I never did it. Never went and gave it to the Firekeeper. Okay. So I don't know how the fuck I'm going to deal with... you know what? I think I know how I'm going to deal with this. I was going to say I don't know how to deal with these guys with my... Rapier. That's right, they don't actually aggro immediately. This is not good. Now the problem with these guys is that they have an effect on their sword called Tranquil Walk of Peace. Please don't fuck with her now. Stop that. Leave her alone. They have an effect called Tranquil Walk of Peace. It makes it so that you can't really move... Oh. Well, thank you, Beatrice. Okay. Up we go. Come on. She is extremely important for this boss fight. For a build such as this... well, it's still possible to kill the Moonlight Butterfly with this build, but it really helps to have range capabilities, you see. Because you only have a very occasional opportunity to actually hit the Moonlight Butterfly. Sorry about the background noise. Uh-oh. But yeah, Witch Beatrice is going to be dealing pretty much all the damage here. That's why I summoned her. If you wait for long enough, the Moonlight Butterfly will come down and you'll be able to hit the sort of the facial region, I guess you would say. It's about to happen. Now, he will, or it will, charge up an attack here. Sort of like a Wrath of God sort of shockwave effect. I think, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Might be remembering it incorrectly. But, regardless, as long as you have Witch Beatrice, it'll be pretty quick and easy. Hello, musical death. I spy with my little eye, Sodom, yes. Yes, this is the In the Sign of Evil shirt. Unfortunately, some colours are being taken out because, I mean, it's a green shirt, but... of course I have a green screen, so... yes. 'Tis In the Sign of Evil. I've got 2 Sodom shirts. One is Agent Orange, and the other is In the Sign of Evil. I would like a Persecution Mania shirt, but I don't have one. In fact, I'd prefer one to... I'd prefer a Persecution Mania shirt to an Agent Orange one, personally. Alrighty, so we've got 10,000 souls. I'm tempted to use these, not so much to level up, but rather to buy some Titanite shards and upgrade my Rapier. I think that's what we're going to do. Good day. Because I think our Rapier is in need of upgrading. Purple Moss Clump. Now, don't just totally miss your attack, please. There we go. Purple Moss Clump. Which are always useful to accumulate, particularly as you go to Blighttown in the future. Because, I mean, while blooming purple moss clumps are also important for that, the purple moss clumps are really good too. Because you can quite often get poison there. Hello. Very good. So, I'm kind of interested to see if I do get invaded at any point while being alive here. We will have to see. I'd like to try and keep myself in human form, keep myself alive for long enough to be able to summon what's-her-face, Man-Eater Mildred for the Quelaag fight. I will give you the Divine Ember, even though I have no intention of making use of it in any way. So, hold on, stop that. We'll upgrade that. As far as how many... I think I'm going to get 5. I think 5? Maybe it's 6 more than I need. Let's see. Yeah. Well, actually... even more again. So I just wanted to allocate these souls that I had to this first and foremost. And then I will level up with whatever I have left. I have 4,800 now, which might only be enough to level up a few times. Not at all, actually. The soul requirement is sitting at 5,229. So that's a little unfortunate. My next port of call, I think, rather than going to Quelaag, will probably be Lower Undead Berg to get the, whatever it's called, the large ember, isn't it called? I think so. What the hell was that auto collision? You know what? That's alright, because there's an option I can turn off for that. Camera auto war auto war recovery, there we go. We do not want auto war recovery on, because it really messes you up. So, what I'm going to do now is make my way to Firelink Shrine. And I might actually finish up there, with the intention of going to Lower Undead Berg next time. We've had a reasonable run. Again, I've done 2 streams today. I did one of Milestone of Generations Ultimate and another of Dark Souls. Once again, was intending on doing this on the 360, but that didn't eventuate because my controller is messed up. That's the sound of my phone going, hoo-hoo. You can shut up. And, yeah. We ended up doing PS3 anyway. And we'll do the first build in the PS3 version. And hopefully, by the time I'm doing the next build, we'll be ready to record the 360. It's probably not going to perform so much better than this, but at the very least it'll visually look slightly better. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap this up. Let's have a look at the character in the load screen. Can load up there. There we go. So almost 2 hours in for the actual character itself. Soul level 28. And we're slowly but surely building the character up. But I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time, and I hope to continue recording for this series instead of letting it die again, as I've done in the past. I don't think that'll happen this time around. I'm pretty happy with how things have gone so far. But we'll see you next time I'm recording something that you'd like to watch, and I bid you all farewell. Bye-bye.